Imagine you're an Uber driver in Texas. You've worked hard. You know the roads like the back of your hand, and you rely on this job to pay your bills. But time is running out. And I don't mean years, I mean months. Because a massive collision between humans and machines is already unfolding in the heart of the American economy. And spoiler, it doesn't end well for the humans. Here's the brutal reality. Tesla is rolling out its autonomous Robo-Taxi fleet in Texas. And price is the killer weapon. A ride in a Robo-Taxi will cost half of what an Uber trip costs today. For drivers who depend entirely on their income, that's an existential threat. Think about it. Robo-Taxis don't need breaks. They don't take vacations. They don't need health insurance. It's a price war that human drivers simply can't win. And experts believe that by the end of next year, a huge number of Uber drivers in Texas could be out of work. The countdown clock has already started, but the real question isn't just what happens when they lose their jobs. It's what happens next. If you're a driver who loves the freedom of the open road, the quiet of your own car, and being your own boss, what happens when your only option is working on a construction site? Maybe you'll earn a little more money, but now you're dealing with noise, dust, heavy labor, and no independence. Objectively, your income might be the same or even better. Subjectively, your life feels worse. And that's where the real danger lies. When enough people feel their lives are going backward, society itself becomes unstable. So who actually wins in this so-called revolution? It's not the workers, it's the investors. While drivers fight for survival, Tesla shareholders could be raking in massive profits from the Robo-Taxi fleet, dividends flowing into their accounts year after year. It's like a form of universal basic income, but only for the people who already have the privilege of owning stock. If you've lost your job and don't have investments, you're not part of that club. Now here's a curveball. What if the solution isn't more money, but less? Some economists argue that if AI makes productivity explode, it could cause massive deflation, meaning your money buys far more. In theory, we could all earn less and still live better. Imagine, minimum wage drops. But a $5 bill suddenly buys you a full meal at a restaurant. It's a nice theory, until you remember that most people don't think in terms of purchasing power. They just see a smaller paycheck and feel poorer, no matter what the numbers say. This gap between logic and emotion is where things get dangerous. People will say, "I've worked harder, but I'm making less. How is that fair?" That's the kind of frustration that sparks protests, or worse, social unrest. We've already seen this with younger generations drowning in student debt, feeling betrayed by a system that promised them more. The same disappointment could soon flood the labor market. And this time, it won't just be students. What's happening in Texas isn't just a tech rollout. It's a live experiment in the future of society. It's about the collision of cold AI logic with the messy, emotional needs of millions of people. It's about wealth distribution, economic stability, and whether we can adapt without tearing ourselves apart. So, is this a necessary evolution? Short-term pain for long-term gain? Or are we heading toward a breakdown that no one is ready for? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more deep dive breakdowns like this, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one.